What's up, it's Adam22 here to expose and to talk about a theory on Adam22 from No Jumper having Alzheimer's. Even though he allegedly suffers from this disease, he still manages to be the voice of the youth. I don't believe there are any gatekeepers in hip-hop, but if gatekeepers were real, he would be considered one. His opinion carries a T Grizzly heavy like weight, and his cosign is to be taken 100% serious. He never promotes and pushes anyone whack ever. He only associates with the best, musically talented artists. Having high morals, he will never take a dime for promoting rappers with the same repetitive sound and repetitive style. Wait, let me rephrase that. What I meant to say is he will never open a subscription for $5 a month with the only incentive being able to comment emojis. But moving on, Adam22 comes from humble beginnings, from owning a BMX website no one cared about to interviewing rappers. And giving credit where credit is due, he has built a huge brand in No Jumper, selling everything from kendamas, shirts, pants, shout-out, rip-off subscriptions, sweaters, clout, and more. I know everyone's going to find it crazy that I call the 40-year-old man the voice of the youth, but please, I beggeth you to refrain from calling him the pronoun OLD. Everyone knows he self-identifies as a 20-year-old, and because of that, he has to drop edgy tweets to show that he is still trendy and, like the YOLO kids say, savage AF. And yes, he can tweet, albeit with reading glasses. But don't judge him, he is edgy, and once he tweeted, J. Cole and Russ are whack. Explosive and volatile opinions, I know, but see, he is exactly like every 13 to 18-year-old edgelord. Out of his group of friends, he is the coolest one because he can buy them backwoods and alcohol and doesn't need an ID. But don't get it twisted, he isn't 40, and he doesn't go bald to hide his gray hair. That's insane and preposterous to assume. Obviously, he just uses Just for Men Gray. He also has a reason and story for every face tat he has, and no, he didn't get them to hide his wrinkles. Although his circle of friends age limit maxes out around 17, he is still able to fit in with them. By using the Progressive Senior Citizen Medical Plan, he is able to get every SoundCloud rapper's favorite Scooby snack, Xannies. And don't forget he is trendy and is friends with everyone's favorite Hot Cheeto survivor, Lil Xan. Drop a like for Lil Xan and forward to 30 friends, or ignore for a Hot Cheeto overdose. Nowadays, there is somewhat of a war going on with the young generation versus the old generation, but Adam22 uses his Ghost Pro perk and is able to bypass and become friends with your favorite rappers like Lil Xan and Lil Pump. A friendship of this magnitude would seem impossible and inappropriate, but using some biology, specifically the Pythagorean theorem, Lil Pump and Lil Xan's age put together is about the same age as Adam's, so through the law number 69, it is all legal. But again, can Adam be a Joe Budden spy for the old heads? I think lyrical genius Trippie Redd said it best, saying, quote, "Please don't go switching sides, end quote." I felt that. But real talk, has Joe Budden recruited Adam so that he can keep pumping up trash rappers on purpose in order to dismantle the young generational establishment? Or does he have a sweet spot for dreads, face tats, and bad music? But let's move on to No Jumper, specifically the podcast. Being most known for getting rappers so early on in their career before they blew up and become megastars, rappers like X, 6ix9ine, Lil Yachty, Icy Narco, James Charles, Whoa Vicky, and many more come to mind. After getting so many prolific guests on early in their career, this has become a catalyst in launching Adam22 to an upper echelon where at this level, he is so picky with his guests and No Jumper only wants the cream of the cream. Crop when it comes to the guests, and only wants thought-provoking and intelligent guests, like the respectable, upstanding women he interviews most of the time, like Asa Akiri, Nicholas Shea, Lana Rhodes, and many more female role models. But when is he gonna have Johnny Sins, the man of 1,000 skills, from astronaut, plumber, pizza man, cop, golfer, and many more jobs? One like for this American hero, ignore for ISIS. But Adam22 is a man of the culture. On his own personal channel, he uploads thought-provoking videos like, quote, "Vlogging myself tripping on acid." And who can forget the tearjerker vlogging having a three-way? I cry every time. Someone give this man an Emmy, a Nobel Peace Prize, a relevant person to interview, an Oscar, anything for this insightful content. Looking at this fresh, juvenile, and thought-provoking content, it's hard to believe a 40-year-old is able to put this out. After looking at some WikiLeaks, I found Eternal Take, but more importantly, I figured out why Adam22 and Kid Buu are beefing. It's because this SoundCloud world isn't big enough for two old men posing as young people, so one of them has to go so that the SoundCloud equilibrium won't be disrupted. Hence why Kid Buu's song, Death to SoundCloud. Personally, I am proud of the heroic individual Adam22. Although he suffers from a grave disease, he is still able to have a successful career and a company, and I made this video to raise awareness for Alzheimer's and terrible subscriptions. Let me know what you think. I'm Free Hub, and I'm out.